In this tutorial, we will introduce you to the TALOS Showfile screen and demonstrate how to use a Showfile in TALOS. Many of you may be familiar with the term Showfile from other automation control systems. A Showfile contains all the data used by TALOS to move stage machinery in entertainment production, including hardware configurations, group and move configurations, and safety configurations. We will be visiting each one of these in future tutorials. Today we will focus on the Showfile screen. Showfiles allow you to easily change the setup for different venues. I am backstage and have the Showfile named Stage X open, as seen here in the top ribbon. Click the Showfile navigation tab in the top left-hand corner of stage left to access the Showfile screen. Because I already had a Showfile open, all 5 buttons that are on the lower ribbon, New, Open, Save, Save As, and Close, are enabled, as indicated by the blue borders. If I did not have a Showfile open, the Save, Save As, and Close buttons would be disabled and would appear in dark gray. I'm going to demonstrate the Open Showfile button first. It is used to open previously saved Showfiles. You must have a Showfile open to operate TALOS. When I click the Open Showfile button, the Open Showfile pop-up appears and displays a list of all the saved Showfiles. You can scroll up and down the list by moving the scroll bar or using the mouse wheel. As you can see, the names are in alphabetical order. The 2 buttons at the bottom of the list are used to sort the list in ascending or descending order. If I click descending, the list is now sorted Z through A instead of A through Z. I want to open the Showfile arena. I'll sort by ascending order so that it appears back on top. When you click on the file name, it shows you the full name and the date that the file was last modified in the info field. Director's notes were entered when the Showfile was created. The Director's Notes field allows the user to enter any special notes about the file or venue setup. We will take a closer look at this field later in the tutorial. Now that you have a Showfile selected, just press the Open button to open the file. A message appears from TALOS because we already had a Showfile open. TALOS is allowing you the chance to cancel by clicking No in case you forgot to save any changes to the current Showfile. TALOS uses this slide-out message animation to communicate or request information to and from the user. Since I have saved all my changes, I will click Yes, causing the new Showfile arena to open. You can see in the upper ribbon, Arena now appears as the Showfile name. Let's go backstage to see all the hardware included in the new Showfile we just loaded. We see that an assortment of fixed speed and variable speed controllers, along with their associated players, have loaded and are now available for operation. Any moves, like cues or sequences that were created and saved under this Showfile, are now available to run. If I change the name of this player by right-clicking on the hoist name and selecting Change Player Name, I'm going to change the name Hoist 1 to Camera 1. This change will not automatically save to your Showfile. We must navigate back to the Showfile screen and click on the Save button to save changes. TALOS is now going through the setup and saving any changes we have made. The Save As button works the same here as in many other software apps. For example, you could use Save As to duplicate your Showfile so that you can make changes for another show or venue. Or maybe you want to duplicate a file so that you can archive it. I am going to click Save As, and the Save As pop-up appears. It displays the current file name. Simply type in the file name you wish to use. I am going to save it as Arena West and click Save. TALOS goes through the same saving process as the Save button. Had you kept the same file name or renamed the file to a name that already exists, TALOS prompts to see if you want to overwrite the file or if you want to cancel the request. I will cancel the request since we already saved the file. Let's create a new Showfile next. To create a new Showfile, you must click the New button. I'm going to click the Close button first so I can demonstrate how it works, but you could bypass the Close button and go to the New button directly. Clicking on Close simply closes the Showfile. Again, Talos will ask if you are sure and warn you that any unsaved changes will be lost. Anytime you are unsure if changes have been saved, click No and go save the changes with the Save button. I'm going to select Yes and close this file. When I do, notice that the navigation buttons go away on both stage left and center stage. The only functions available when there's no Showfile open are the New or Open Showfile buttons. I'm going to create a new Showfile by clicking the New button. The New Showfile pop-up appears. It allows us to enter information about the Showfile. First, let's give this Showfile a name. I'm going to name this file Sports Arena, and in the director's notes, I'm going to leave myself a note. This file should be used when a hockey game is being played. Remember, this note appears when you are opening a file, so you may want to enter some venue information. Click Enter to create the Showfile. Keep in mind that all you have done at this point is allocated a file to which you will be saving Showfile data. There is no data yet to save. The next step would be to go backstage and set up the hardware. I'm going to click on Backstage. The Backstage screen opens and there is nothing here. This is where you would start to build your system either manually or by scanning the system automatically. You can check out the Beginner's Guide tutorial to learn how to do auto setup. That's going to do it for Showfiles and this tutorial. I hope you find it helpful. Thank you for watching.